At the start of the new year, many people, before their first day back at work or sitting at their desk, find themselves thinking about one question. Why don't I leave? Not something they said out loud, just a thought that keeps coming back. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. What people call a toxic workplace often doesn't look toxic on the surface. People still do their jobs, meetings still happen, salaries still get paid, but something doesn't feel right. After my video about being the bigger person, a few of you shared similar experiences. One comment said, I work with the grown adults, but it feels like a school playground, just with money and suits. And of course, the same workplace can feel very different to different people. Sometimes it's not the whole company, it's someone experienced with certain people, teams, or situations. In this video, I want to talk about why people stay, why it feels so draining, and what you can actually do if you're still there. Number one, why people stay. Sometimes people don't stay in workplaces that feel toxic because they're weak. They stay because they've thought it through. Often, they've already tried to speak up, or they've seen what happens when others do. Nothing really changes, so at some point, they stop pushing. Not because they don't care, but because it doesn't feel worth the fight. They don't want a label, they don't want the stress, they don't want to damage future relationships. At the same time, they scroll job adverts late at night on their phones. Most roles don't look better than the job they already have. The pay is similar, sometimes it's lower. Some roles look fine on paper but don't feel stable. So they stay, not because they like the job, but because neither fighting or leaving feels like a good option yet. It's not fear, that's experience. Number two, why it feels so draining. Some workplaces exhaust you, even when the work itself isn't that demanding. A lot of that comes down to how people behave with each other. There's a simple way to look at this. This way of looking at behavior was a psychologist called Eric Berne. He noticed that people don't always behave like adults at work. They switch into different ways of behaving. If you are interested, I will leave his book links in the description. You can think of them like this. Adult behavior. Adult behavior is calm and practical. It sounds like, let's look at this issue. What needs to happen next? It focuses on solving problems, not winning. Parent behavior. Parent behavior talks down. It sounds like, you should already know this. That's not how we do things. It feels controlling or critical. Child behavior. Child behavior reacts. It can look like getting defensive, shutting down, blaming, avoiding responsibility. Not because someone is childish. It's because something has pushed their buttons. Why this drains you? In healthier workplaces, most conversations can calm and practical. In difficult ones, people moving between talking down and reacting emotionally, and someone else, often the most capable person, steps in to keep things working. They explain, they calm people down, they smooth things over. If that's you, that emotional work is why you feel tired. I'm okay, you're okay, a simple self-check. There's another idea often described as I'm okay, you're okay. It comes from the same way of thinking and was later explained more by Thomas Harris. You don't need a theory for this, just the idea. Ask yourself, do I still respect myself here? Do I feel treated like an equal? When work is healthy, most people can say yes. When it isn't, someone slowly starts feeling smaller, even if they were confident before. That's often the first sign something needs attention. If you are curious, I will leave the book links in the description as well. Important reality check. Even if you move to a new company, these patterns don't always disappear. They can show up anywhere, just with different people. That's why the tools in this video are not only for where you are now, they are useful wherever you work. Number three, different situations, different choices. If you think your workplace feels toxic, there isn't one right reaction. The real question is, what response actually helps me? Some people stay for now. Some test whether change is possible. Some quietly prepare to leave. All of these can be valid. If you are staying for now, there are some very simple tools you can actually use. Tool 1. Stay adult, don't rescue. What this means: stay calm, focus on task, stop fixing other people's emotions. What it sounds like: let's focus on what needs to be done. What's the next step? I will handle my part. You are not being cold. In this way, you are being professional. This connects closely to my video, Stop Trying to Fix Everyone. Tool 2. Say less. In difficult workplaces, people often over-explain. That usually makes things worse. Try shorter responses. Noted? I will come back to you. Let's park this. Less talking means less emotionally exposure. Tool 3. Don't absorb the mood. Before reacting, pause and ask, is this actually mine to carry? You can acknowledge stress without taking it on. Tool 4. Protect your I'm okay. At the end of the day, ask, do I still respect myself? Did I act like an adult today? If work regularly makes you feel smaller, that's information, not a failure. Tool 5. Prepare quietly. Even if you are not leaving yet, preparation looks like updating your CV, writing down what you don't want next, noticing what you are good at. You don't need to tell everyone. Preparation gives you option. Option gives you peace of mind. Should you raise a grievance? Before we finish, there's one question people always ask. Should I raise a grievance? The honest answer is sometimes, but not automatically. A grievance is a formal step. Once it's raised, things become written down and structured, and the relationships often change. This doesn't make it wrong, but it does mean timing matters. Raising a grievance can make sense when behavior is repeated. The situation feels serious. Informal conversations haven't helped, or speaking up doesn't feel safe. But not every difficult workplace situation needs a formal process straight away. Normally would suggest to start with the informal conversation. Before raising one, ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? Clarity protects you more than urgency. So let's recap. A workplace can feel toxic to you even if others are fine. These situations are often about behavior, not ability. You don't have to fight or quit straight away. You can stay calm, say less, and protect your energy. Preparation gives you choices, and these tools work wherever you work next. What's next? If this video is helpful, let me know. I can do a next video on preparing your CV, approaching interviews with confidence, or how to think through whether raising a grievance is the right step. Tell me in the comments what would help you most. If you are still in a workplace that feels toxic to you, it doesn't mean you are stuck. It means you are thinking carefully, and that's often where change begins. Thank you for watching. If you're interested, you may want to watch this video.